Hello and welcome to the first of the Last Word podcast. Today we're going to talk about our special report on Ozempic. Of course, we went out to find some dodgy characters, and I naturally don't do these things myself. I have a senior producer who goes and does all the dirty work, and I take full advantage of all of her hard work and bring it to you on television. So Latasha Naidu is here.
Hello, hello.
So you went and found some dodgy people on Ozempic. But before we get there, let's talk about why we thought it was important to cover this story in South Africa because of the craze around weight loss.
And craze is the exact word for it. I mean, Ozempic is a Schedule 4 prescription drug, which has been prescribed to treat type 2 diabetes. But one of the benefits, if you would, of using Ozempic has been rapid weight loss. And of course, doctors and pharmacists are now prescribing it off-label for the use in weight management. And with all things popular, Hollywood has made this drug a so-called wonder drug when it comes to rapid weight loss. And now it's found its way to sunny South African shores. But there's the black market aspect to it, which is what we investigated.
Yeah. Look, everybody wants to try to lose weight. You know, when you are struggling with this thing for years, I was saying this in one of the radio interviews I did. When you struggle with weight for years and years and years and you find a miracle drug that's going to help you lose 10 kilos in 1 month in some cases, you're going to try and get your hands on it. But there's a desperation because initially in South Africa, you couldn't get Ozempic or Mounjaro without a prescription from doctors. In the early stages, it was for diabetics, and there was a shortage in the country. And then we saw more and more people trying to get a hold of it through illegal means, and that's where that illegal market trade came into effect, because now these greedy mofos knew that they could take advantage of people's insecurities and try to sell fake products.
And they're profiting off people's vulnerabilities, the gullibility when it comes to purchasing these products off-label, off-brand. So we know Ozempic is the holy grail of the weight loss world. But we discovered that there was Izempic, Uzempic, Wezempic, Novozempic, and a host of other non-medical grade products that were being manufactured and sold by really dodgy characters for exorbitant prices as well to very susceptible people looking for that quick fix, looking to get their hands on Ozempic, but being introduced to these similar brand products, which also offered the promise of rapid weight loss. But of course, we discovered that wasn't actually the case.
So we found a couple of dodgy people, right, who were selling fake products. And how easy was it for you to actually find these people? And how did you do it?
So the most interesting part of the story was the access to these products. You'd think that, okay, Ozempic being Schedule 4, you need a prescription, but, you know, South Africans ons maakplan. So I discovered a lot of these products being sold on Facebook Marketplace, on Gumtree, on your usual Facebook community groups, people very openly and brazenly selling these products. Not Ozempic per se. I mean, there's lots of labels that go along with these brands. The Wezempic, the Uzempic, Izempic, like I mentioned, but also semaglutide, which is the hormone that's actually used to speed up that weight loss process within Ozempic. Now, this was being sold as a branded product, offering the same benefits, rapid weight loss, curbing hunger, and for exorbitant prices. I mean, in South Africa, you can get Ozempic on prescription for about 3,500 Rand upwards. These products, same price point, but from people who, if you went onto their Facebook Marketplace profile, they'd previously be selling biltong or shoes or car mechanics, for example, but we're now selling these wonder drugs, exactly.
And that's the thing for me, like these people are so brave because they are, like the one lady we found, she does eyebrows and eyelashes, guys. Let me not even lie, but
No,
she's supposed to be plucking eyebrows and, I don't know, making eyelashes look longer, but she's instead selling a drug that she knows nothing about.
So I find Kristen, along with a number of these beauty therapists who do eyelashes, who I would go to get my eyebrows waxed, not to go and get prescription level
so you don't
drugs.
pluck eyebrows anymore.
Well, I mean, there's
I'm
different
old
ways.
school, maybe, yeah.
Like there's different versions of Ozempic.
Yes, yeah.
But Kristen, I found her on this online booking platform where I go to get my waxing done or my nails done. And she and Satori Beauty, which is her clinic, very openly advertised semaglutide, not under the brand name of Ozempic, which is what she ultimately tried to sell me, but semaglutide along with consultation, booking fees, along with the prices of 3,000 Rand upwards. And she was one of a number of these beauty therapists, particularly within the Randburg area, because we were in Johannesburg for this story, who are very openly advertising their products as weight loss miracles, advertising price points as well, which according to SAPRA, who we also spoke to, is illegal to advertise the monetary value of the drugs being sold.
Yeah.
So she was below her eyelash and eyebrow offerings and nails and hair. There was also the option for weight loss products, and semaglutide was on offer.
Yeah.
And I ultimately went undercover. Had a 30-minute consultation with her in which she was an excellent saleswoman, trying to sell me on the benefits of Ozempic, not Ozempic, which she was very clear about, but Ozempic, and how she'd lost 16 kilograms on it. And she'd, for the past year, had helped dozens of men and women. And she ultimately was making tens of thousands of Rand every month off selling this product. And even told us, when you confronted her, that she had a saleswoman, a middle person who facilitated this purchase and sale of those products.
And that's the scary thing for me, that these people, her and Chantel was the other person who was selling another fake product. They were unapologetic about what they were doing. Chantel even said to me, oh, but so many other people do it as well.
And Kristen said, oh, but I'm helping people lose weight.
Exactly, and providing for my family. My thing with that is, and I said it to Chantel, there are many people selling drugs on the street. You can't justify your actions, especially when it's illegal, just because you want to put food on the table. It's not okay.
You just tried selling my producer Ozempic?
Yes.
Do you have a license to do that?
No, I don't.
So why are you doing it? It's illegal.
Don't have anything further to say.
What do you mean? You're putting people's lives at risk. You're asking them to inject themselves with something.
What do we do now? Because we've given that information to SAPRA, right, to try and shut down on these people. But if you go on Facebook Marketplace, you're still going to see it.
It's still there. And, you know, I've gone onto Kristen's Instagram account, and while she's removed semaglutide from her list of offerings on their booking platform, there's no doubt she's still selling these products. If you're making tens of thousands of Rand every month from something that is bringing you revenue, who's to say you're going to stop immediately? And, you know, when we did confront her, she was unapologetic, especially about the fact that we don't know what is actually in these products. It's not medical grade. SAPRA hasn't approved it. We don't know who the manufacturer is. Someone could be making these products in their backyard and selling it for exorbitant prices. And then you, as a very naive person who believes, okay, there's a Ozempic part to this drug, it has to be a generic maybe. No, Ozempic does not have any generic products. We've spoken to SAPRA about that. They have said that they've approved Wegovy for weight loss. But other than that, Ozempic is still prescribed on label for diabetes treatment. But Ozempic, Uzempic, Rezempic, no Ozempic.
I must admit that this was the first time that we have, as the last word, gone undercover. It was not something that I enjoyed. I felt a bit nervous because I didn't know what to expect on the other side, but you must have been even more nervous and anxious because you were going in for the first time to a place where this woman could have done anything to you And we went in with our camera crew not knowing whether there were security guards there or anything like that. Devi and Nkapila Mabuse and team from Checkpoint and the Devi show do it all the time, right? But for me, it was like, ugh, why am I getting out of studio to go and do something like this? But it's necessary.
I mean, I think when people watch the show and they see that Confront and listen to the questions asked, you'll know that this had to be done. There was no way she was going to openly meet with us and have a one-on-one interview selling us her product. This had to be done very inconspicuously. But I think that added to, you know, the fact that this Confront proved that she was A, unapologetic, B, she is one of dozens, scores of people who are peddling these products without any concern about the long-term effects or even the immediate side effects that may arise, because they're not doctors. And you did bring that up with both Chantal and Kristen, two of the women that we confronted, who are two of, I think I spoke to about 15 different people trying to purchase Ozempic or semaglutide products, and who sent me price lists, who sent me details of other people who, if I couldn't get something from them, were guaranteed to get me the products. But at the end of the day, this is about a weight loss craze that has a very dangerous side effect to it in the form of these fake drugs being sold very openly on the black market.
Well, we'll be doing many more of these special reports, and thanks so much for telling us about how this works and behind the scenes. Natasha Naidu is a senior producer on The Last Word. We're going to go undercover a lot more in the coming year. So prepare yourself, get your heels out and prepare to start running to Ash.
Is there a budget for wigs? we need we need a getaway driver festival.
Yeah. We're going to train the camera guys to actually learn how to take us out of these situations when necessary. But we're going to leave it right there. Thank you so much if you're watching this online for actually watching. And if you're listening to it, thanks for listening. Peace.